Uh, my name is Meka, Michael Bunch, also known as Meka in the natural building world. Um, I live for a living. That's my most favorite thing to do. I do a lot of natural building. I do a lot of gardening. Um, I make my living by following what I love and my passions. And at the moment, doing a lot of natural building is my current passion. So, Dragonfly, at least in my life, has been a very big support system for me to be able to do what I've done here. She's a very loving and caring person, a very good listener, and so in her family, she really plays that role. People always calling her and saying, what do you think about this? And this is happening in my life. And she just listens, and she's kind of that kind of the ultimate mother, and just kind of loves to love. I think that's the main thing that I think you are. You really are very, very consciously wanting to be as compassionate as you can in this life, and I really admire that. And I think Dragonfly's been mainly just a very good friend, very much so. I do slideshows all over, and in the process of telling the story about this house, I always have a little segment that I dedicate to Dragonfly, and just saying that I wouldn't have been able to do this without that support. And even though she wasn't physically down here stomping in the cob with me, she was holding the line and holding the vision with me on this place.
Cool.
And this house has been quite a process. For me, I didn't own the land. And Dragonfly's been here since 1980 or 81.
81,
Raised 7 children here. When I came to Oregon, I was pretty much at a time in my life where I was ready to just cast myself out into the wind. I was, I think I was 26 or 27, just going into my Saturn return. I moved here and met Dragonfly. We immediately clicked and decided to do a spinning business, spinning yarns and fibers. It's interesting because when I came to Oregon, I had all these dreams of kind of settling someplace and gardening and kind of monasticizing myself and finding all the answers to the universe in the process. And what's interesting is that completely another set of events that the universe had conspired to help me carry forth happened. And that was meeting Dragonfly and meeting all these other people and connecting with all this information on the Merkaba and the Mayan calendar change peace movement and the hemp spinning and rebirthing and RC, reevaluation co-counseling. Delivering babies. And so my world expanded very much in no way the way I had imagined. I had pictured it more monastic or more solitary, and it was very far from that. But it was great because we just traipsed around up and down the whole Pacific Northwest coast, and it wasn't too long after, I think it was within the first few days of meeting, that Dragonfly starts talking about Cobb, and I had very, very briefly heard about Cobb through a little magazine, it was a National Public Radio affiliate in Boise, Idaho, through the college, and they had a little magazine, and it talked about the $500 house, which is the Cobb Cottage Company's first building. And I put it in my van, and I go off to Oregon, thinking, okay, well, maybe if I just happen to be in that area where these people are, I'll go check it out, just out of curiosity. And no sooner do I meet Dragonfly, and she starts talking about Cobb, and I'm like, I pull out the magazine, going, "Huh, you mean this?" And they were only 2 hours away, and Dragonfly had done a workshop with them. And I'll let you talk about that.
Yeah. I had just I had been in a car wreck and was recovering from that, and barely walking, and I took a workshop up on the ski island, and most of the workshop I was just about crying with pain in my body and trying to get around, and I realized that this is something I really wanted to be a part of, and yet physically I wasn't going to be able to, and so that's when I started thinking about it would be nice to connect with someone who could do the physical part of it.
Yeah, we went up to Cottage Grove, and we saw some of the buildings there. At the Cobb Cottage's first location was Row River Farm, and there was a dining hall there called the Cherry House, and we went and looked at that. I signed up for a 1-week-long Cobb workshop, and then I paid for half of that workshop, and afterwards I stayed and cooked for a 1-week workshop to pay for the remainder. And then I was so excited about it that I stayed and participated in another 2-day workshop on floor and plasters. And that was it. That was the extent of my formal training. Then I just, I knew, even though we didn't own the land, that I just wanted to do it. And I had lots of friends that they're moving around. They were looking for the perfect place, the perfect community to build. Everything had to be just right. And then we had other friends that had land, but there were only 2 people on it, and they needed people to help them. And I was thinking about it and going, well, what's wrong with this picture here? There are people that want people to come, and there are people that want places, but everyone's just waiting around for the right person. And for me, I feel like community, first of all, no matter where you go, no matter how perfect you think it is, there's going to be everything comes up. In the face of love, everything comes up, and nothing is perfect. And so I decided to just do it where I am, be in community where I am, and I wasn't going to let that stop me from building. And I wanted to build while I was excited and ready and had that momentum going.